A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant shift in military policy, Russian President Vladimir Putin has approved an updated nuclear doctrine that broadens the circumstances under which Russia might consider using its nuclear arsenal. This announcement comes on the heels of escalating tensions between Russia and the West, particularly following the United States' decision to allow Ukraine to utilize long-range missiles capable of striking deep into Russian territory. The updated doctrine, which was proposed in September and formally approved on Tuesday, marks the 1,000th day since the onset of the war in Ukraine, a conflict that has seen a dramatic increase in military posturing from both sides. The newly ratified doctrine stipulates that any attack from a non-nuclear state, provided it is supported or backed by a nuclear power, will be regarded as a joint assault on Russia. This means that if a country that does not possess nuclear weapons launches an attack against Russia, but is backed by a nation with nuclear capabilities, Moscow will consider this as an act of aggression that warrants a potential nuclear response. The implications of this doctrine extend beyond Ukraine, as it also encompasses attacks on Belarus or any actions perceived as a critical threat to Russia's sovereignty. As part of the updated doctrine, a large-scale assault involving conventional weapons, drones, or aircraft could trigger a nuclear response. The Kremlin has made it clear that any aggression from a coalition of states will be viewed as a collective attack against Russia, thereby expanding the list of countries and military threats that could provoke a nuclear reaction. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov emphasized the importance of this doctrine, calling it a crucial document that requires thorough analysis both domestically and internationally. This development arrives at a time when the geopolitical landscape is fraught with tensions, particularly following President Biden's recent authorization for Ukraine to strike inside Russian territory using ATACMS missiles. This move has been interpreted by Russia as a serious escalation and a direct involvement of the United States in the conflict. The Russian Foreign Ministry has warned that any such attack would signify the United States and its allies engaging in hostilities against Russia. While Putin has previously issued threats regarding the use of nuclear weapons, the Russian government maintains that it is committed to avoiding a nuclear war. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov stated at the G20 summit that Russia is in favor of efforts to prevent nuclear conflict, even as the updated doctrine suggests a readiness to act decisively if provoked. The Kremlin's messaging indicates a dual approach. On one hand, a commitment to nuclear deterrence, and on the other, a desire to avoid escalation into full-blown nuclear conflict. The timing of this doctrine's approval is notable, as it coincides with significant military developments in the region and a growing sense of urgency regarding Russia's security concerns. The Kremlin has portrayed its military actions in Ukraine as a response to a war initiated by the West against Russia, framing the conflict as a defensive measure rather than an offensive one. This narrative is crucial for domestic support, as well as for justifying military actions on the international stage. As the conflict in Ukraine continues to evolve, the implications of Russia's updated nuclear doctrine will likely reverberate throughout global security discussions. Analysts suggest that while the loosening of nuclear usage criteria raises alarm, it does not necessarily indicate an immediate intention to employ nuclear weapons on the battlefield. Instead, experts speculate that a demonstration of nuclear capability, such as a test detonation on Russian territory, could be a more plausible outcome as Russia seeks to assert its military posture without crossing the threshold into nuclear warfare. In conclusion, the approval of the revised nuclear doctrine by President Putin represents a significant shift in Russia's military strategy, reflecting heightened tensions and a new phase in the ongoing conflict with Ukraine. As the situation develops, the international community will be watching closely to gauge how these changes may affect global security dynamics and the potential for further escalation in the region. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.